All right, guys, we are loading up on to the Summoner's Rift now with the game between Haze and Gamers with Attitude. Ender, would you like to introduce the first team?
Absolutely. On the blue side, it's going to be Haze with Living Dream in the top lane, Etsu at jungle, LoL BG, a bad game I guess that's going to stand for, at mid, Worku on AD carry, or actually Asmalex on AD carry. It's a support misfortune, and that's going to be played by Worku.
Unless it's a support Ash, that'd be a new thing.
Don't think so.
Alright, but on the red side, we have Gamers with Attitude, and I have it much easier because they went in LCS order for us today. They're very kind. And in the top lane, we have GWA bringing in that Trundle. We have Blank in the jungle with Skarner, Cypher in the mid lane with Echo, and the bot lane duo of Zod and Wings on Caitlyn and Zyra. Actually, we see GWA right now taking a bit of damage from Dream and LoL BG.
Yeah, I love seeing teams fight over the early shrine control, or the spire control, rather, in the river. It's always fun to see who really takes the punishment, and it's going to be GWA. He has to use the push, and he really needs to back here. And I just wonder, is he going to use the teleport to get back into lane? There's also the possibility that he chugs through 2 charges of his corrupting potion and stays to hold on to the TP and maybe go for an earlier back and return to the lane. But instead, he's just going to blow through that one. So possibility for Living Dream to get an early recall, pick up maybe a Doran's item or a first early item to get a slight edge in that matchup.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he kind of plays around with that. And I wouldn't really expect it to actually be that much of a negative effect. TP in the early stages isn't too devastating to lose, at least before the 3-minute mark, because there's not too much objective fighting unless you have a Nunu on the other side or on your team.
Right, and especially if it goes the same sort of way that the last matchup did as well, where no one recalled until 13 minutes into the game, which was a completely mind-boggling experience for me to sort of watch that one. A Kennen recalled and picked up a completed proto belt on his first back. That was just insane.
Yeah, that was insane, and yeah, Gnar should have definitely backed earlier on that one, because once you see the Gnar with the proto belt, you gotta fear for your life.
Yeah, I would fear for my life if I saw a Gnar with a proto belt magic.
Oh, and look at the damage that we see Cypher butting in onto LoL there. This is why Echo's really good though into Syndra, is because Syndra, sure, she's got a lot of damage, she can do a lot, but Echo's just like, that's great, you're trying to zone me, I'm just gonna come right up to your face. And look at the bot lane too.
It's so punishing.
Damage going onto each side, and now Cypher is getting ganked in the mid lane, trying to see if he can't get the stun onto Etsu right there. He does, but he flashes out of range.
Oh, he got him.
He might drop. He does drop on that one. The ignite is taking on Etsu, but it's not going to be enough. He should have backed off on that one. He thought he might be able to turn it around. But the thing about Jarvan is he does a lot of early game damage.
Yeah, Blank maybe looking for something in the top lane, and it's kind of surprising there because Cypher thought he could have gotten the kill. Living Dream, though, I don't know about this. He's going to have to flash away.
Yeah, he's probably going to have to flash away. He's trying not to. We do see the roam coming in from LoL right now, trying to see if he can get it. Flash in from Blank, trying to see if they can get Living Dream. And Living Dream is still able to get out of that one pretty unscathed. And we see Blank taken very low. LoL BG might want to get something more out of this one for how long they spent.
Wait,
but he is
they have a kill on Blank. Why aren't they going for Blank? BG has no mana.
Yeah, like no mana on that one. And look at the damage coming in. Exhaust on...
that's a kill.
Mullet's right there, and the ignite taking on Zod. It does pick it up. Worku getting the kill on that one. Okay, so I'm horrible with these names. So it's Worku and Asmalex. Okay. So, yeah,
wow. Yeah. No. It's so insane though, right? Because we see so much early game aggression, kind of the polar opposite of the last game. This bottom lane we knew was gonna win out, but it is resting on a knife's edge right down there in the bottom lane, so close. And Zod now has no summoner spells available. He is going to be a prime target to get a gank down on. Yeah.
So. And that's the thing with the MF support too, is just how much damage it brings, especially with the love tap, because you can just keep switching targets. And you're not necessarily worried about focusing one target.
Oh, Cypher's here.
Cypher's here. He wants the kill. He wants to see the double kill. We see the teleport coming in. Flash away, actually, from Worku, even with the teleport coming in. And we saw Cypher instantly get away, and Living Dream canceling the teleport as well.
That is such a bad feeling moment right there if you're Cypher, because your bottom lane just got killed in the 2 versus 2 there, and they didn't even burn either flash from their opponents. Now Galel, he's caught out here from a gank from Etsu.
Yeah, he's way too far pushed up. Etsu trying to get in there. Doesn't get the flag and drag, but look at the damage coming in from Etsu.
No flash.
Jarvan is really strong early game, and he's trying to see if he can turn it around, but Etsu picking up that kill. 2-0 on that Jarvan right now.
Just no way out right there. It's all a byproduct of that questionable invade from Galel and Blank. They didn't find a kill onto Living Dream, so now they're going to be heavily punished for the next 5 minutes. Galel shoves up too far forward, and Etsu comes in just like clockwork for a well-timed gank.
Yeah, and this is why wards save lives, people. You need to ward up. Look at how dark it is in that top side for gamers with attitude right now.
Yeah, and in contrast, look at the deep vision that Haze has been able to put down in that north quadrant of the jungle. Gamers with attitude, Blank specifically, if he ever goes to farm on that side of the map, Haze's bottom lane knows they'll be completely free to duke it out down here in the 2v2, which they're already winning hard.
Exactly. So. And I gotta give a little bit of credit over to gamers with attitude in their bot lane, because at least they have some decent vision going over there. Blank has gotten, I'm pretty sure he got that.
He got the tracker's knife, so he's able to put some down.
Oh, no, actually Cypher, he put that ward. The one right behind the red buff for Haze.
The pink ward?
Yeah, the pink ward.
Gotcha, yeah.
That was Cypher. Cypher put that one up, so it actually helps out a lot for the bot lane. And we actually see Blank, he's going into the mid lane right now. And we see a lot of action as well in the bot lane, but they're looking for a LoL BG right now. They're trying to see if he can get the kill. He doesn't have any mana, so he's pretty much in a bad situation. Living Dream trying to see if he can't save him. Ignite being burned on him. He's going to go down. There's the kill going over to Cypher.
It's been a long time since I've ever heard someone use the term dubstep ignite, but that was a dubstep ignite right there. Cypher, he just couldn't get in range of the final auto. Didn't quite want to use it, but drops it on his face, picks up the kill. That's been a while, quite honestly. Yeah. Back when I was starting to play the game, back in season 3. Back in my day.
See, I'm old. I've been playing this game for way too long. I've been playing this in season 1, but
that's impressive.
Then again, I also played a Mumu support in top lane for a good while.
So it's no wonder I'm ranked higher than you, is it, Magic?
What, you don't believe in the AP attack speed Draven mid?
Nope, not quite. Not as much as I believe in AP/AD hybrid misfortune support of all things to come out on the world stage. I mean, if you can play that, you can play anything.
This is very true. This is very true, and this is why I love things like this when they happen. I respect that.
Blank?
I thought Blank might have had a DC. I think he was talking this team right there. And the thing about Skarner is he's relatively safe, even if he gets engaged upon. Because he has so much lockdown and CC for himself.
Yeah, he was calling up his old teammates over at SKT, like, guys, what was that strat we used to win in the World Finals, like, 2 days ago? Because I really need that again.
Oh! Damage coming in, just not even close, and we even see Etsu come in and pick up the kill onto Zod as well.
That is so brutal right there. That's the power. Zyra, she has no innate escape. If you hit her with the enchanted crystal arrow, she is going to take the full channel of the bullet time, and it happens in a split second. The longer away Ashe is, the longer that stun lasts, and the more damage the AD carry / support misfortune is going to be able to put out.
Yeah, and that's not surprising to see at all right there. Like, the moment you have the crystal arrow, enchanted arrow from Ashe, he was looking for that. He was in the bush, he was waiting, and they did a great job on that one. And we saw Worku in the perfect positioning for the bullet time. And that's what you gotta expect. That's why MF is such a good counter, but paired with the Ashe.
Yeah, you hardly ever see it, I think, if the Ashe isn't picked alongside. I don't think we ever saw it played without the Ashe in the competitive scene. And, ooh, Galel, he has the subjugate.
He does have the subjugate, which is going to keep him relatively healthy. He's going to fight Living Dream as best he can, and he's going to be pretty tanky, but might have to flash out of that one as we see Blank in the area. He gets the slow on that one.
Living Dream can turn.
There's the flash coming in from Living Dream, but yeah, they're going to turn right now. We see Etsu coming in. He's trying to easily get that kill on the Blank right now. And look at this. The turnaround as Malex is there too. They're going to get Blank as well. And I think that's going to be Etsu. No, they gave it to Asmalex.
Wow, you got to expect that. You can't make a play on the top side of the map right after your bot tier 1 turret falls, because as soon as that goes down, Haze is going to recall away just like they did there and rotate into the top lane. You continue to knock down the outer turrets. It's such a common rotation to make, and yet still teams fall prey to it. And that just might have been one of the reasons why Gamers with Attitude, they didn't look quite as strong last week, whereas Haze, they are looking miles ahead of the rest of their group right now.
Yeah, they are just showing that they are such a dominant team right now. They have really good coordination coming in, and that's something you always got to applaud, is coordination with these things. Because especially when you have an Ashe MF, that's the reason why it's not so good in solo queue, because you need coordination. You can be like, alright, Enchanted Arrow, look at that. Damage coming in, hitting on the blank right there. The bullet time actually doing full channel on the blank, but he's still tanky. Cypher's going to go down even though he used the chrono break to get out of that one. And it's just really looking like an easy game so far for the side of Haze.
And the big thing too for me with Haze and the Misfortune support that they put together, that's such a quick adaptation. They learned that in the last week because no one was playing it until the Rocks Tigers brought it out in the semifinals just 1 weekend ago. So they put that together, they practiced it, and they got comfortable enough to pick it themselves in just that amount of time, and it is working beautifully for them.
Yeah, it is. They're doing a great job, and we just see their coordination all across the map right now, that they're just working together. They got the bot turret, rotate top, and great plays coming in from them right now. And we just see, on the other side, Gamers with Attitude, they're kind of lost right now. They're not sure where to go. They're not sure what objectives to take, and with doing that, they're going to lose more and more as each minute passes.
Yeah, they can't do anything at this point in the game. They have such little wave clear with their mid echo that now you see, once again, they took the bottom, they took the top, and now where do Werko and Osmolex go? It's mid lane.
We see Living Dream trying to actually go in on that one. Blank does get the stun up onto them, but that's the thing about Jarvan paired up with the Poppy. It's so good because you can use... Ooh, Living Dream barely surviving on that one right now. And now Etsu, he's trying to get out of that one. He makes it out. But
no way.
Wow, they both survived on that one. That's insane. Beautiful dive coming in on their side. But like I was saying before, they did that amazing play right there, is Poppy paired up with Jarvan. You use the Cataclysm, and then Poppy has free walls that she can knock someone into. So free stun right there, and very well played. And again, the coordination and the teamwork coming in on the side of Haze is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's a unique combo right there that you can do. Poppy alongside any champion that can provide, user-generated terrain right there, just like the Jarvan. And now, this is one of those games where I feel like the Cloud Drake is actually fantastic for Haze. If you look at how they're winning this, it's not by doing more damage than Gamers with Attitude. It's not by being able to, knock down these objectives quicker. They're just doing it already. They are going to love this Cloud Drake because it is a game of rotations. They go to the lanes, and they're the first ones to be there. That's why they have the odd man fights. That's why they're getting the kills and getting the turrets, because they simply have more members of their team in the lane than Gamers with Attitude do.
Oh, look at no! Wings! They do get the heal on the Wings, keep him alive on that one. But that does waste that. And now we see Etsu. Etsu wants to get on that one. We see the ultimate coming in from Wings now, and Blank just zoning them away. And, it was good play by Zod on that one, keeping Wings alive, but now you lose your heal. You lose heal, you lose exhaust, you lose flash, all on Wings. So, free Cloud Drake going over to the side of Haze, and again, just good play coming in, and ooh, Living Dream using that W really well against Cypher, so he can't get a lot of his damage off.
You just can't do anything right. Gamers with Attitude, they drafted a pretty snowball-y composition. Echo mid is very feast or famine right there, and if you don't get the early advantage, which he was winning out in the 1v1, but he gets level 3 ganked by Etsu, ended up dropping without being able to secure that return kill, and after that, he was just getting pressured out constantly, finds himself down 30 CS at the moment, and now they're getting sieged on with no wave clear.
Yeah, and look at the damage that they put right back onto Cypher. He uses the Chrono Break.
Oh!
Here comes the Cataclysm, hitting 2 members up right there. And now we see Blank. He's very low on this one. Everyone's really low. And all the while, Galal's in the top lane trying to get objectives for his team. Actually, poor play coming in from Haze on that one.
I mean, Haze just diving in general is not gonna happen. You're not tanky enough to withstand the constant turret shots coming in to your face. And quite honestly, Zyra puts out a ton of DPS if you're running into her. Worku can kill those plants very quickly, but when she can spawn them on her ultimate, it's very, very difficult to knock them out in enough time. Now, Etsu is going for a tankier build. That was one of our big question marks going into this game. Was he going to go full AD? Was he going to go some sort of bruiser build? Or was he going to go full tank? And the full tank is what's coming through. Unfortunately for Haze, maybe, is that he has the majority of their kills, which has resulted in a locket for themselves, or the Aegis of the Legion right now, which is going to be fantastic into the Zyra and the Echo. But you might wish you had that fully completed item on LoL. Maybe the second completed item on Osmolex. It's just a matter of how they use it.
Yeah, it really is going to be interesting to see how Haze plays. As they do, and they still have the lead. And like I said, Jarvan has a lot of base damage. So in these earlier stages of the game, he's still going to be quite a monster with how much damage he outputs. It's more in the later stages that you kind of have to worry about when you have the tank Jarvan that he's not going to be doing as much. Ooh, Arrow being a little wide on Wings, who is in the jungle, probably a little too far out, but good sidestep on that one.
Yeah, Haze, it's a really odd period in the game, the 16 or the 15 to 25 minute mark. Typically, one of those teams will be able to knock down Tro. You may have to put a pause on that, though.
Is really getting taken low on that one as we see Cypher engaging onto Asmolex and onto Worku. He does have the Chrono Break.
Oh, he's down.
Ignite Burning, he goes down. Worku picking up the kill on that one.
Yeah, I was talking about how it's an awkward phase in the game. It's so hard to siege down these turrets, and I still don't think Haze will be successful in knocking this one away, but they get the kill onto Wings!
Etsu saw how low he was, and Worku was tanking that tower for him so that he could go do that. He almost drops himself, but really good jungling of the tower aggro, and now they're looking for Zod. Zod forced the flash out of that one.
Etsu almost predicted the flash with the flag and drag right there. All they need is a couple of picks. Oh my, you're kidding me!
Oh, wow, the damage from Worku and LoL on that one was absolutely monstrous.
I don't even know what to say right there. They get the picks they need to start knocking away these towers. You never see tier 2 turrets going down this soon. It's so hard to siege them down, but it all stems from Blank and Galel getting picked off in the jungle due to a nice combo from Etsu to lock them up. And then after that, it was just pick after pick after pick, members dropping left and right from Gamers with Attitude.
Yeah, it's... And I gotta say, look at Etsu. 506 on that Jarvan right now. He is really the driving force behind this Haze team right now, and he's showing it. He's not only does he have a lot of kills, but he also has a lot of assists. He's being pretty proactive with trying to make sure the kills go over.
They are so deep here.
And they are very deep right now. I don't know why you're so deep if you're on the side of Gamers with Attitude, and there goes Wings, there goes Blank. That was free kills that you just donated over.
I mean, if this was a season ago, Baron would be dropping right now at 18 minutes, but thankfully for GWA, I guess, it's only a measly Rift Herald here. Who knows who it's going to go over to, either Living Dream or Etsu, but this game is such a fiesta, for lack of a better term. Gamers with Attitude, for some reason, they're in Haze's jungle trying to steal away a blue buff, but you're not going to get the win.
Mid lane Cypher, he wants to get this kill onto LoL right now, but he's being dropped very low, and now we see Worku, he's coming in on this one, he's going to get the kill on that one. There goes Cypher, and now they're looking for Galel on that one as well. We saw the flash, there is the ultimate coming in, and Galel, he's caught in a really bad spot as we see Etsu. Etsu's now focused on the next targets, Wings and Blank, who just spawned. And we see in the bot lane, Zod, he does pick up a tower for his team, but it's 17-1 now in the favor of Haze.
Yeah, they've got the target locked on this top tier 2 turret now. 9,000 gold in the advantage. Yet another stomp in this second game of the day. I hope we can get some closer ones later on, but GWA, how do you deal with this onslaught right now? It's 19 minutes in, Haze have 17 kills, and you've only got 1.
Yeah, and it's absolutely amazing how we, like we said, the rotations, the picks, the dives that are coming in from Haze right now. They had a little bit questionable sieging for a little bit, but then they realized, hey, why don't instead we just wait till they come into their jungle? And then, for whatever reason, Gamers with Attitude trying to invade when you're this far behind, questionable decision.
don't really know what was going in their minds, and Wings maybe just trying to get some vision down, but that arrow will connect!
By the enchanted Ash arrow, and there's the chain CC. He's gonna go down. LoL picking up an easy kill for himself.
The arrow finds its mark. Absolutely disgusting play right there. Asmalex hitting every single arrow, it seems, setting up kill after kill after kill, and a Mountain Drake might be the best one for Haze to pick up in this situation as well. You already have a Cloud Drake. The Mountain will make it so much easier to burst down a Baron to enable your sieges just that much more, and that's exactly what Haze are looking for to close this one out.
Yeah, and that's definitely the one they needed. They needed that Mountain. It makes it so much easier for them. So... but at the same time, if you look at this game as a Gamers with Attitude fan, I almost say you give up on this game and you just kind of say, hey, you know what, we tried, we know what we need to do, how we need to fix our pick and bans. Don't really pick that Zyra because we know that we can now be beat really easily by that MF Ashe combo, which is just absolutely monstrous. And almost you focus.
Oh, Asmalex is gone! Oh, he's not alive!
And he gets out alive! Worku getting the kill onto Galil, and how in the world did he survive that?
I have no idea. He tanked a turret for what seemed like a century, and Zod... Oh,
Zod almost goes down low, almost picking him off, and Etsu trying to get the flag for the finisher. But, oh my god, that was just... that was brutal.
I don't think I've ever squealed on a cast before in Magic, but I just did twice in a row. The flashing HP bars are absolutely mind-boggling right here. Gamers with Attitude, it looked like they had a pick onto Asmalex, maybe even potentially a team fight win there if they knocked down that big carry. But they don't. He survives somehow, and honestly, even if they take him down, Worku has more kills than he does. Like, you have to go through 280 carries, it seems, right now.
The fact that he was tanking the tower the whole time, too, was what kind of just boggled my mind the whole time. That I can't. I'm still lost for words here.
Oh, Blank.
Blank. He wants something, but again, you're so far behind.
Oh, he wants it.
He does get the impale onto Worker. They want to kill him off. They're trying to. They
got him.
They pick him off. They get the kill, but now what do they? Sacrifice for that one. We see Cypher and Blank. They're very low, and the chase is on. Etsu wants this one right now. They get stunned up from the Scatter of the Weak. There goes Wings getting taken down by the Unleashed Power. Blank taken out as well by Living Dream. Now we see Etsu. He's going in. They're going in far right now. Is the Cataclysm going to be popped? They do get the kill onto Etsu, but look at this. Galil, he's going to fall. Asmalex picking up the kill. The red buff finishing him off.
And that's going to be the cracking of the base here. Zod trying to do his best with a Piltover Peacemaker, but you're not going to be making much peace here because Haze are the ones in the lead. Gamers with Attitude, they're not quite yet waving the white flag. They went for the kill. They got an even-looking fight, but now they're just getting crushed.
Cypher, he does Chrono Break back. Does a lot of damage on Asmalex. Asmalex does fall on that one. Zod, he's trying to see what he can do. He's trying to pick up as many kills. He gets hit by the Scatter of the Weak. He drops, but he picks up the kill on LoL as well.
Hey, that's worth it, though, if you're a GWA player, fan, anyone in their camp right now. They get some massive shutdowns onto Etsu, onto Asmalex, onto Worku. That's a ton of gold coming back in your favor. You're still down 10k, but anything is a win. Trading evenly right now is a win, and they hold on to their inhibitor.
I mean, right now, you're just kind of trying to make it so the KD doesn't look as bad, because unless we see a massive throw coming in on the side of Haze, where they just decide they want to do Baron, but they want to tank it up forever and let Blank steal it and then get a 1v5 pentakill, I'd be really surprised if we see a comeback coming in from GWA. But they're giving that valiant effort. They're definitely putting in the good, honest effort, trying to do well in this game. And even when behind, they are showing that they do still have good shot calling. So that way, maybe they can learn from this in the future and see how they can make it so they don't get to this kind of stage in future games.
I feel like it's less the shot calling, though, because they did get out-macroed heavily in the early to mid-game. I mean, we're still in the mid-game. Once again, this game just accelerating so quickly out of their control. It's just them getting some nice team fights across. They were able to pick off Asmalex in the last one. They were able to trade evenly, which is a definite good sign for them. But you talked about big throws from Haze. How did they actually throw? throw this one. It's so difficult. Blank would have to steal a Baron, but he's a Skarner. He has the same issue as an Olaf in that he doesn't have a dash built into his kit, so the only way to get into the pit is with his flash, which isn't coming up for another 2.5 minutes. So honestly, Haze, with that Mountain Drake, I really wish they just start up that Baron, because honestly, they can turn and fight if they so please.
Yeah, it's really... This is Haze's game. I will constantly reiterate this one. It should be an easy Baron, even with all members up from Gamers with Attitude. There's really no way they can really contest you. They've been losing every single fight, even if you just bait it. And we see Poppy. Oh, there comes the Ash Arrow hitting onto Wings. Wings goes down so easy. And now it's Cypher. He's trying to see what he can do. Chrono breaks out, but he's taking way too much damage. He's going to fall on this one, I believe. There comes Asmox getting the kill. Now Zod. We see the flank coming in from Living Dream, picking up another easy kill, and I think that is going to actually be the game.
That might just be the nail in the coffin right there. That wasn't even a teleport flank from Living Dream. Nope. He just walked straight on around, looped into the mid lane, and slammed Zod straight into the wall. Haze, they don't go for the aggressive end, but Baron is all but theirs right now, and Blank would have to pull off an absolute miracle to be able to steal this one away.
Yeah, he really would, and I think a big thing on that also was, I was talking before, is Living Dream is bowling around Galil. Poppy bowling around a Trundle. It's not something you should hear unless you're that far ahead, and that's exactly what happened right now. Blank, he wants to get that miracle.
He can't get into the pit.
Oh, look at that. Just absolutely melted. 5v1.
I mean, in that situation, you're an Olaf without the Ragnarok, so you can't even ignore the crowd control. That's Olaf's only chance. Skarner just can't do anything in the form of stealing a Baron, and even if you do have the flash, you're going to sacrifice your life.
Exactly, and easy Baron going over to the side of Haze on that one. And yeah, just looking at this one, we do see that, like I said, the valiant effort coming in from Gamers with Attitude. They're fighting this one tooth and nail, still trying to make plays, trying to make picks, but you said this earlier, Echo being a snowball kind of champion, and them not having gotten the snowball to begin with, and then being out macroed by Haze. It's consistently coming to fruition throughout every fight that we've been seeing, that for the most part they were out macroed, and now they're too far behind to really pose a threat.
Yeah, Gamers with Attitude, you're just holding on for dear life at the moment. You have to deal with the super minions spilling into the mid lane, Baron in the other lanes,
gets hit by the enchanted Ash
goodbye.
Arrow, and he's probably going to drop. There he goes. He doesn't even have time to chrono break out of that one because he's locked up for so long. The enchanted Ash Arrow, if it hits from such a long range, I think that's like a 3-second stun on that one.
Yeah, it gets long.
It's ridiculous. I've been hit by those and just sat there like, yes, I love playing games. Now we see Living Dream. He does take away Zod right now, so he wants to fight Galil, and he's tanky though. He doesn't really care, and he has the Baron minions to kind of back him up. We see in the bot lane Etsu going for Wings. Wings gets dropped. LoL picking up the kill, and now we see Living Dream able to win this fight now that the subjugate is gone, as well as we see LoL. What are you doing, buddy? He went really far in trying to get the kill onto Blank. We see Etsu finally picking up that kill as Zod. He's trying his best to keep the Nexus alive, but not able to do it. Galil dropping in the top lane, and here go the Nexus towers. Cypher's finally up again, not all for naught, as the Nexus is going to fall.
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't like LoL was trying to kill Blank. Blank impaled him and then flashed him underneath the 2 turrets, so it wasn't by choice that LoL went in for that one, but that's the game.
That's the game. Hey, you know what? LoL could be doing what he wants. That's fine. If he wants to follow Skarner around on a leash, that's cool too.
That's basically what the impale is. It's just a really brutal leash. That PETA would call you up. You know, you'd go to jail for the rest of your life, but maybe it's worth it to get that Nexus to explode.
Oh my, I'm sorry, but I got baffled by the damage chart.
I did too. Look at Worku's damage. He did the most in the game. The support Misfortune of all things, leading the damage charts. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I got a little stunned. I opened up the damage chart, saw that, and I was speechless for a second.
I have no words.
Formulate, and I'm still struggling to think of why.
I mean, Skarner did less than 5,000 damage. That's just not what you want to see. For GWA. I mean, to be fair, they already picked up the win earlier in the group, so they have a really good chance at still making it out even with this loss, but Haze have all but locked in their spot after the second win.
Yeah, they've really locked in the spot, and they've sent a message in this. That's what is more, that they are a very strong team. They can adapt very fast to whatever meta it is, and they're going to come out. They're looking for that championship.
Yeah, no, this is the team to watch, I feel. Out of all the teams we've watched so far on stream in the groups, Haze has looked the most powerful. Last week, they obliterated their opponents. Today was no different. They're just so strong. The adaptations they've been able to make, the interesting picks they pull out as well. Jarvan, Misfortune, not the standard things you're used to seeing. I guess Misfortune is now, but Jarvan definitely not one of the top 4 or 5 junglers that you see at the moment. And Haze absolutely pulled it off.
Well, see, and I love it because we kind of talked about Wombo, and we didn't see it at first looking at the Haze team, but they had it. They had the Ashe MF, so the Enchanted Arrow to the Bullet Time. But then you also had the Cataclysm with the Heroic Charge for the Poppy and the Jarvan. That worked out very well, and they could wombo and CC people that way. And then you pretty much had the Scatter of the Week to finish off anyone and stun them up, and then get that beautiful, easy damage from that R on Syndra. Unleash power, get an easy kill.
Yep, all the gears, all the tools coming together for Haze, working absolutely phenomenally for them as they took a win in this second match of the day. We'll be back in a little bit for our next matchup, our third matchup of the afternoon between Raging Bulls and Edge. We'll be back after this.
All right. We got the game.
Yeah! Go! Pass the ball! You can look at the ball and walk backwards. You see, that's how you do it.
Watch TV anywhere for free on 4G. Now that's something worth shouting about.
What if we could change the way we see the world? Rediscovering ourselves through the people we meet and the moments we share. Each experience, every encounter, changes our perspectives, leading us to live life our own way. Money my way.